nerds, comic fans, Marvel geeks, and everyone in between. It is Megan from Vigilante Vibes, and today I want to talk about a character that is so universally loved. And if you don't love her, that's a red flag. So today I want to talk about Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, but usually I talk about the comics. Today I want to talk about her timeline in the MCU, which has been nothing short of fantastic, but there's been some hiccups as well. But yeah, I want to talk about all about her in the MCU, starting from her very first appearance all the way to where we are now. So, even though Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, didn't show up in the MCU until Avengers Age of Ultron, she ended up with one of the most complex and compelling arcs of the whole franchise. In the comics, Wanda has flipped between hero and villain more than once, and that's carried over into the MCU. Her powers, rooted in chaos magic, are incredibly strong but dangerously unpredictable, and the films have done a great job showing that constant push and pull. Wanda was first introduced as a villain, but over time we got to see the pain and the trauma behind her actions. Her powers were awakened by Hydra, but really, she was just trying to protect the people she cared about. Her journey from villain to hero and eventually back to villain again is rather heartbreaking. As of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, she's presumed dead, though it's anyone's guess if or when she'll return to the MCU. But I think we can all agree together as a fandom that the character is not dead, but a variant of her is. So I'll get to that. While Wanda herself wasn't around in ancient times, the roots of the Scarlet Witch go way back. According to the lore, the demon Sithon showed up on Earth in prehistoric times and carved his dark magic into the walls of a temple on Mount Wundagore. He even left behind a throne meant to stay empty until the Scarlet Witch came along. Not Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. Someone with the power to reshape and destroy all of reality. Nothing major happens at Mount Wundagore right away, but eventually, at some unknown point in ancient history, that changes. Even though the Scarlet Witch hasn't appeared yet, the dark magic Sithon carved into the mountain gets copied into a terrifying book called the Darkhold. This book is packed with forbidden spells and has the power to corrupt anyone that uses it. It ends up playing a huge role in Wanda's story later on. Fast forward to modern times in Eastern Europe, where the country of Sokovia is being torn apart by war. The details of who's fighting or why aren't really explained, but what matters is that the Maximoff family, Wanda, her twin brother Pietro, and their parents are caught right in the middle of it. To take their minds off of the chaos around them, the family watches old American sitcoms together and also helps them learn English. These shows become a source of comfort for young Wanda for a little bit, just for a little bit. Then everything changes in March of 1999. A missile crashes into their home. It doesn't explode right away, but the impact kills Wanda and Pietro's parents, leaving the twins trapped under rubble, staring at a bomb for what feels like forever. It was actually days at a time. They sat there and watched the bomb that had Tony Stark's name on it. So that's quite an origin hatred right there. That moment sticks with Wanda, not just because of the trauma, but because of the logo on the missile. Like I said, Stark Industries. She doesn't know who Tony Stark is yet, but from that day on, she and Pietro are determined to find a way to get stronger and protect themselves and their country from ever feeling that powerless again. Growing up in a war zone and losing their parents left Wanda and Pietro feeling powerless. So they started searching for any way to protect themselves and the people they care about. Unfortunately, they ended up in the hands of a Hydra cell, where cruel experiments using the Space Stone were done on them by Baron Strucker. The results were clear. Pietro gained super speed, while Wanda slowly started to develop her powers tied to chaos magic, though at first they were very limited. Wanda never forgot that Stark Industries bomb that killed her family, and she held a grudge against Tony Stark for the pain caused. When the Avengers attacked Hydra base in Sokovia, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver faced off against Earth's mightiest heroes for the first time. Wanda's power was more about illusions and messing with people's mind rather than raw strength, and she managed to mess with a few heroes mentally, Stark included. His vision of a destructive future eventually led him to create Ultron. After the Avengers took down the Hydra cell, Wanda and Pietro teamed up with Ultron, not knowing his real plan. Ultron convinced them that he wanted to build a better world, and the twins helped him get the vibranium he needed to build his powerful new body. When Ultron finishes building up his final body, he puts the Mind Stone in it as the last piece. But thanks to the stone, Wanda can finally read Ultron's mind and realizes he plans to wipe out all of humanity, which includes her. So she and Pietro switch sides, help the Avengers stop Ultron, who's trying to turn part of Sokovia into a giant meteor. During the fight, Pietro dies, a huge blow for Wanda, who's already lost so much. After Ultron was defeated and with no family left, Wanda officially becomes an Avenger because, like, what else do you have going on? Not long after, the team tracks down Crossbones in Lagos, but he's wearing a bomb vest. Wanda uses her magic to throw him away from Captain America, but he crashes into a nearby building, causing a huge explosion and serious collateral damage. This incident leads to the creation of the Sokovia Accords, which require all superheroes to register with the government. Because Wanda was involved in the explosion, she's kept at the Avengers compound where she grows close to Vision. Then she's rescued by Team Captain America and ends up siding with them against the Accords, putting her at odds with her closest friends and even her future love. As Thanos moves closer to getting all 6 Infinity Stones, the Avengers make their last stand in Wakanda. Since Vision has the Mind Stone embedded in him, Shuri, with help from Banner and Stark, tries to safely remove it before Thanos can grab it. But things don't go as planned, and what happens next is it was it was heartbreaking. Vision convinces Wanda that removing the stone will take too long, so Wanda does the unthinkable. She kills the one she loves in order to save the universe. But Thanos just uses the time stone to rewind that moment, rips the stone straight out of Vision's head right in front of her. Vision dies again, this time painfully, and Wanda has to live through the nightmare twice. Then Thanos snaps his fingers, and Wanda is one of the people who disappears into the dust. After the Avengers travel back in time to collect all the stones, Bruce Banner uses them to bring everyone back. Wanda returns, desperate for revenge. On the final battlefield at the Avengers complex, she goes head to head with Thanos, telling him that he's taken everything from her. Her anger and power nearly defeat him, showing off just how much she's grown. And I want to say, like, how petty is he for saying, I don't even know who you are? I dug that. After Thanos was finally defeated, Wanda feels more alone than ever, drowning in grief. She ends up in Westview, New Jersey, where she and Vision had once planned to build a life together. Having lost her family and love twice, her pain causes her to trap the entire town in a powerful hex. Inside the hex, Westview becomes a never-ending sitcom set, with the real people stuck playing roles while still knowing they're trapped. As sad as it is, it's also a really terrible thing for those caught inside. Wanda even creates a fake version of Vision and 2 kids with her magic, only to lose them when the hex is finally broken. After taking down the villainous witch, Agatha Harkness, Wanda unlocks a whole new level of power and finally becomes the legendary Scarlet Witch, way stronger than anything she's experienced before. But losing her magically created husband and kids hits her so hard, and she turns to the Darkhold, a book filled with Sithon's dark magic. The book feeds off her emotional pain and vulnerability, as dark magic things tend to do. Using the Darkhold, Wanda comes up with a plan to find her kids, Billy and Tommy. Even though they don't exist in her reality, which is Earth 616, they do exist in other universes. So she tries to capture America Chavez, who can jump between dimensions, to help her track down her children. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange asks Wanda for help, unaware that she's the one putting Chavez in danger. What follows is a wild and destructive chase across multiple realities, but not as many realities as it should have been for for a movie called Multiverse of Madness. We saw like 3, so that's just I just needed someone else to know that. Wanda's power is even stronger than Doctor Strange's, forcing him to fix up America Chavez and run instead of fighting her. The Scarlet Witch leaves a trail of destruction in her wake, wrecking Kamartaj and killing the powerful Illuminati of Earth 838. While the Darkhold partly fuels her, Wanda's fully gone down the villain path in a way that no one has really seen before. Eventually, Chavez and Strange figure out that the only person who can stop Wanda is Wanda. Chavez opens a portal between the evil version of Wanda and her kids, and seeing how terrified her children are, snaps Wanda back to reality. Using her chaos magic, Wanda destroys Mount Wundagore and the Darkhold, bringing the whole place down on herself and ending her own life in the process. When Agatha All Along dropped, a whole lot of fans thought it might lead to Scarlet Witch coming back, which is fair because that was a very Scarlet Witch coded show. She was, let's be honest, she was a main character somehow. I think the entire audience watched it thinking we're going to end up seeing Scarlet Witch. Agatha spent her time terrified of Scarlet Witch. Billy, he was just finding out about Scarlet Witch before he met with Agatha, so she was fresh on his mind too. So she was a very big presence in the show. But she stayed dead through the whole show, leaving her return up in the air. Kevin Feige has hinted that she'll come back eventually. Elizabeth Olsen is totally down to play Wanda again, according to her. If they figure out how to bring her back, that's the whole thing. It has to be done well. Even though Agatha All Along didn't bring Wanda back, it reintroduced a character who might be the key to it, Billy, one of Wanda's sons. Well, it actually introduced 2 sons, but, Tommy was there at the end. But Billy was the main character. He basically reincarnated as William Kaplan, who's searching for his twin, Tommy. By the end of the series, Billy has the power to bring Tommy's soul back into another body, and his search for his brother is just getting started. He could potentially do the same for Wanda's soul, but that might mean someone else would have to play her. Which, another way Wanda could return and still have Elizabeth Olsen in the role is through Audrey Plaza's character, Death. The show hinted that she has resurrection powers, so it's possible she could bring Wanda back as a way to mess with Agatha and Billy while they're hunting for Tommy. But let's be honest, it's probably going to be a multiversal Wanda, or her soul, like she died in Wundagore, but her soul is still floating around like Billy and Tommy's. I think that's what's going to happen, because let's be honest, she's coming back. There's no way she's not. Marvel knows what a hit she is as a character, so let's just all wait to see. I know we all kind of like, is she going to be in Avengers Doomsday? Is she not? Personally, I don't know. I go back and forth. As of right now, I don't think so. But Secret Wars, absolutely. So yeah. Plus, we have the Vision series too. And I think that's when we're going to see Elizabeth Olsen next. I don't remember when Vision Quest is supposed to drop, but whatever. So I think we're going to see her in that, because I think we're going to get his wife, Virginia. I think that she will be modeled after Elizabeth Olsen. I think that would be really cool. It might not happen because my theories always suck, but I think it'd be cool. So yeah. So thank you for listening to this entire thing about me rambling about Scarlet Witch. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if you liked it. How do you feel about Scarlet Witch? Is she a villain? Is she a hero? Let me know it all. So be sure to like and subscribe, and have a marvelous day.